After the Giants won their first Super Bowl trailing 10-9 at the half, right. Courtesy Harry Carson, they do the same thing in Super Bowl.
There's no better feeling than this. We were meant to win this game. American dream's still alive, man. It's the best feeling in the world.
This is SportsCenter.
Another thriller down to the very last snap. Eli and the Giants pull off an impressive final drive. The Pats unable to answer the call. He outplayed Tom Brady in Big Brother's house. Eli Manning caps off an elite performance with another throw and catch to remember. Plus, singing the Super Bowl blues, denied by the G-Men again. We'll look at the Brady-Belichick legacy on SportsCenter right about now.
There's 100 plays we Brad be talking about.
I let the team down. I still got to catch the ball. He's a hell of a player.
We got to score a touchdown right here. We decapitated.
Back to New York with number 2, and it's a wonderful feeling.
Here we go. It is time. We got a bunch of the 68,000 fans who streamed out of Lucas Oil Stadium and came to our house here like a 400-meter race away. And they're joining us as we kick off 90 minutes of SportsCenter fun.
Meanwhile, Stuart, in New York, they know a little something about celebrations. Think about New Year's Eve every year, only the Giants didn't drop the ball. Chris Canty said all along to expect a Giants parade on Tuesday. As for as dominant as New England's pro sports teams have been lately, New York rises up and puts, at least for now, a stop to some of that dominance. Hi, everybody. I'm Steve Levy. Welcome to a super edition of SportsCenter, best SportsCenter of the year as far as we are concerned. We go around the horn. We got Keyshawn Johnson. We got Trent Dilfer. We got Chris Carter. And we got Stuart Scott. Tom Brady was asked before the game, he was asked, would you prefer to have the lead and be on the sideline at the end or be down and have the ball? Wanted the ball, got his wish, didn't work out. Keith?
Didn't work out. This game definitely lived up to the hype.
It really did. And I saw a quarterback in Eli Manning just cemented his place in the Hall of Fame.
All the tension with Gronkowski all week, the wide receiving core of the New England Patriots, they let Brady down.
So many storylines in this game. We're talking about the ankle of a record-breaking tight end in the house of the big brother of one of the quarterbacks in the first ever Super Bowl meeting between two previous Super Bowl winning MVP quarterbacks. Let's do this. Super Bowl 46, Patriots, Giants, 6th rematch of a previous Super Bowl. Tom Coughlin and Bill Belichick getting ready to go head-to-head. Tom Brady and Eli Manning, ditto. Vince Wilfork going up to Robert Kraft, the owner, before the game, kisses him on both cheeks. One for Mr. Kraft, the other for Mr. Kraft's late wife, Myra. Rob Gronkowski in the lineup. He'd have his ankle heavily taped. Gronk, big man, testing it out during the pregame. First drive for the Giants, 3rd and 6. Victor Cruz caught 82 passes in the regular season. His swag was intact early, CC.
They did a good job. They only targeted him 4 times during the game. He got a lot of double coverage. Eli Manning deciphers that, used the outside receivers great.
Later in the drive, 1st and 10, Manning sacked by Brandon Dederick for a loss of 2 yards. 2 plays later, 3rd and 13, Key. They bring in the heat again.
You know what, the thing that Eli did all game long is, although he got pressured, he stayed poised. You see this sack right here. Later on in the game, he continued to get pressure, but he delivered.
Giants forced to punt. Tom Brady taking over. Patriots first drive. Brady drops back to pass. Pressured in the end zone. Throws it down the middle of the field, and see what had happened? Nobody home. Brady called for intentional grounding in the end zone, which is a safety. Trent, you ever see an intentional grounding down the middle of a field?
I haven't. I struggle with this call. The Patriots dialing up a shot play here. Now look at Deion Branch at the bottom. You can't tell me that Tom Brady didn't think that he might be going to the post right there instead of the crossing route. I think this is a dangerous call. Quarterbacks should be able to throw the ball down the middle of the field. There's things refs don't understand. There's broken off routes, guys, right?
I guess. I think he made a bad...
Oh, come on, CC.
He made a bad judgment there. It got a little scary.
Giants up 2-0. Next drive, Ahmad Bradshaw. Threw that 72 yards rushing in the game, 24 and a first down in that play. 2 plays later, 2nd and 4. Manning hooking with Bear Pasco. Picks up 9 yards. Another big blue. First down. 3rd and 3, New England 11. Eli to Victor Cruz. Strip, loses the rock. Patriots fall on it. Loose ball, but Cece, what happened?
Very, very fortunate. 12 guys on the field for the Patriots. 2 other times during the game, the Giants recovered their own fumbles. Very, very fortunate. This is the 3rd time.
2nd and goal, have some. Manning, Cruz, Eli's 17th career postseason touchdown. Key, how did he get set up like that?
3-step drop slant. Mayo was right there to make the play. The defense was called right. He squeezed the football in there. He trusted the receiver. Touchdown for the Giants.
Little head fake, out, bring it in. Manning, redunculous, completed his first 9 passes in the game. That's a Super Bowl record. G-Men up 9-0. Brady and the Pats trying to make a drive of their own. Brady connects to Deion Branch. First down, New England. Next play. Hey, Wes Welker caught 122 passes in the regular season. Why not go for the dude again? A gain of 19. That would end the first quarter, Steve.
But that would not end the scoring, Stuart. 3rd and 4 for the Giants, 11 to open up quarter number 2. Brady looking to his right. That's batted down at the line of scrimmage by Jason Pierre-Paul.
No matter what, they got pressure on Tom Brady. If they didn't get pressure on him, they got their hands up to bat down the football.
Pats have to settle and kick a field goal. It's 9-3. Further along, Giants have a 3rd and 1. Brandon Jacobs, forget the 1 when you can get 10. Some hard running, but there's a flag on the play. Giants call for holding. It's coming back. It's a big play.
I think this is a bad call, too. Look at Booth. Let's go. Will Fork. Will Fork pulls the better move, spins, and this is a huge play. Giants dominating the game to this point. Now they get stuck in a 3rd and 11, almost impossible situation. And then after this incompletion, you know what happens with Brady and the Patriots offense.
Manning trying to hit Manningham. He didn't make that one. He'd make a catch later in the game, though. Giants will be forced to punt. That penalty looked like a critical play at the point. Ensuing Patriots drive, backed up inside their own 20. Here's Brady, and here's Rob Gronkowski.
Well, you could definitely tell he was hobbled during the football game. It was nice to see that the Pats didn't target him as much, but used him as a decoy. He was able to gut it out, though.
Minute 41 left in the half. Brady, what about the other tight end on New England? Aaron Hernandez loses. Giants jump on the loose ball, but he was initially ruled down. Play would be reviewed.
It was a correct call. Hernandez is down there, then the ball comes out. Refs got it right.
Patriots drive allowed to continue. And when it does, here's Brady to Wes Welker. Good mobility to step up, find Welker, and it's another first down for New England.
That's one thing the Giants did a great job, especially containing Hernandez and Welker. Both of those guys averaged less than 9 yards per reception.
29 seconds left. Danny Woodhead picks up 11 and another Patriots first down. 2 plays later, inside handoff to Woodhead, tackled for a loss by JPP.
The New England Patriots do a great job right before the half in every single game, putting points on the board.
3rd down, 15 seconds left till halftime. Brady finds, of course it's Woodhead. Didn't have a single touchdown catch all season. Gets it here in the Super Bowl.
This is quarterbacking first, gets great protection. But watch him scan the field, goes through each progression. He knows where Woodhead's going to be. Quick reset of the feet. That quick release allows him to get into Woodhead for the touchdown.
This worked out for him this time, but later on in the game, they got Brady off his target a lot.
Patriots go 96 yards in 14 plays, ties a Super Bowl record for the longest touchdown drive. For as bad as New England played, they had the lead. Stewart going into halftime.
3rd quarter, first Patriots drive. Tom Brady to Ocho Cinco. He's not the leading receiver on the Patriots, but he has more followers on Twitter than anybody else. Gain of 21. 2 plays later, Brady pitches right to Ben Jarvis. Green Ellis, gain of 17. First down, Key. When Tom Brady is on, what makes him so great?
Well, he knows exactly what the defense is going to be, Stu. He's poised in the pocket, no pressure, he can deliver.
That pass right there to Wes Welker, his 14th straight completion, that's a Super Bowl record. And Tom wasn't done. 2 plays later, 3rd and inches. Green Ellis runs left, gets the first down. And then a couple of plays after that, Tom Brady as cool as the other side of the pillow. 12-yard touchdown pass to Aaron Hernandez. Bristol, Connecticut in the house. 9th career Super Bowl touchdown pass and 16th straight completion for Brady.
And this is what the Patriots do. They spread you thin, empty formation. Look at Hernandez matched up on a linebacker. Little jerk move we call it because you make the linebacker look like a jerk, and then precise throw, great route concept.
Yeah, I like the way he punched the code on the celebration, opened up the safe, grabbed the money, then made it rain.
And Brady touched the Myra Kraft patch on his uniform. Robert Kraft celebrating in the press box. Next Giants drive, 3rd and 4, Eli to Akeem Nicks. Gain of 8, first down. Later, Manning complete to Mario Manningham, tackled, and I mean rocked by Sterling Moore, short of the marker. Patriots get a stop. Lawrence Tynes in for the 38-yard field goal attempt. CC, he hooked it with the 6-iron.
But it's still good. It's on the green.
It's on the green. Giants down 17-12. Next Patriots drive. Brady with time, can't find a receiver. Yo, man, Justin Tuck, a big dude.
In the second half, Stu, this was a problem all night long for Tom Brady. When you get him off his mark and you start to pressure him, beat him up a little bit for whatever reason, Trent, things don't look good for Tom.
And he lands on his shoulder. Shoulders bothered him all year long. You can tell he's in pain the rest of the game.
Patriots with punt, Brady working on the shoulder on the bench, and Eli completing to Akeem Nicks, who fumbles the ball. Henry Hynoski, though, talking about being at the right place at the right time.
That's because of effort.
Later in the drive, Eli to Bear Pasco, gain of 12, first down. You didn't think he'd be the tight end people would be talking about. Later, third down for the Giants, Rob Ninkovich and Mark Anderson with the beat down.
A great deal of criticism for New England's defense, but they do a great job in the red zone. Hold them from the touchdown, only give up the 3 points.
Tynes, 38-yard field goal. It's good. Giants down 17-15. Everybody, check your cuticles because we're going to the fourth quarter, Steve.
It is Eli Manning time, as you know, but right here, Tom Brady pressured, gets away from it. He's going to launch it downfield for Rob Gronkowski, and wait a second, there's a guy wearing 93 down there.
You know, Tom would like to have this back right here, I'm sure. He gets pressured, he gets out of the pocket. I think he forgot that Gronkowski was hurt, can't elevate to get up and get the football.
93 is Chase Blackburn. You don't often see 93 covering an 87 down as the last man. He is by no means a safety. Giants ball, first turnover of the game to that point. Here come the Giants. Ahmad Bradshaw running. He fumbles. Is that another turnover? No, Chris Snee there to recover. That'll make his father-in-law very happy. Giants avoid the turnover. Next play on 3rd down and 7. Here's Manning looking for Victor Cruz. Incomplete. Flag on the play.
And this is a big play in this game. I know the Giants don't finish off the drive, but they're able to flip the field. It goes from 3rd and 7. They hadn't converted 1 3rd and long yet. It goes to 3rd and 2. Now they start marching the ball.
Akeem Nicks. What a game for Nicks. 12 yards there in the first down. Here's another critical 3rd down. And Manning looking for Manningham and Sterling Moore, the hero of the AFC title game.
Very, very good play by Moore, but watch the Giants. The Giants don't lose confidence in Manningham. They dial up the same play on the next series and able to convert.
Patriots drive 3rd and 5. They make this look easy. Brady gets it to Danny Woodhead for 19.
It's a great play. There's an overload blitz to the left. He uses opposite the blitz to get Woodhead the ball, and they come back with this play, the end around to Wells Walker, and Tom Brady with the key block. CC.
Tom Brady is the key block, but it also lets you know New England doesn't think they're better than the Giants. They think they have to run trick plays to get explosive plays.
But at this time, the Patriots with a 2-point lead with the ball, clock ticking down, have to feel good about things. Brady looking deep for Welker. It was there, but it wasn't.
If you're going to call yourself a great receiver,
got to make that catch. But you know what? The problem is that catch is made by Gronkowski. 6'7" guy compared to a 5'10", 5'9" wide receiver. You can't expect him to make that catch.
Great reaction from the Patriots sideline. They can't believe it. Here's Brady for Deion Branch now on a 3rd and 11. And can't complete that play.
This is where I believe the wide receivers let Brady down. Deion Branch should have sat in that hole, and that would have been a conversion for a first down.
Under 4 minutes to go. I said it's Eli's quarter, the 4th quarter. The play of the game, Manning to Manningham.
And there is no defense for a perfect throw, and a great job by Manningham looking it in over the left shoulder, CC and Key, and to get those feet down.
And the one thing that he did, he got his feet down, but he left enough.
You're not going to see it any better, even at his highest level.
And, of course, who's on the sideline watching? That's Mr. David Tyree, Mr. Miracle Catch in the Super Bowl himself.
The difference in this football game was the physicality of the wide receivers on the outside for the G-men.
And if you look right here, Steve, nice 2nd down move, gets the 1st down, just a punch in the DB's face, just to let him know I'm better than him.
1st and goal for the Giants. Don't want to leave Brady too much time. Bradshaw up the middle. This is the Patriots' Pro Bowl defense. What was going on there? They did it on purpose.
Well, you know what? Right here, he's like, okay, wait a minute. But his momentum lets him go into the end zone because he was surprised.
Right. So the 2-point conversion coming up. DJ Ware can't find the hole.
I thought this was an awful call in the game. The two top tight ends are hurt. You can't run the ball. Throw the ball.
21-17 remains the score at this point. Pats do have it. 57 seconds left. One timeout. Brady over the middle, and Deion Branch can't make the play.
I hate to be critical in a situation like this, but you have to somehow figure out how to come up with this play, although it goes to the defender's hands.
The next play, Brady. He'll try one of his tight ends. It's Aaron Hernandez. Can't come up with it.
It's another example of Eli's guys making the plays when it got crunch time. Brady's guys didn't make the play.
48 seconds left. Still that one timeout. Brady under pressure, and Justin Tuck falls on him.
I thought this play for Justin Tuck would have been the best play he made in his entire career.
39 seconds left, 4th and 16. You just know this game isn't over. Brady to Branch, gets out of bounds, first down. The Patriots are still in this game.
There's no dying in Tom Brady. He's going to compete to the very last second, dipping and ducking, trying to find a way to make a play.
Wanted the ball at the end. Would it be the last quarterback with the ball wins the game? Brady to Hernandez to the 44. Got to get to the line and spike the ball. 17 seconds left. Brady down the middle and down to the sideline there, and it falls incomplete. Giants are flagged for too many men on the field here.
And I really thought that was an opportunity to backshore Hernandez. He had a safety on him down the right boundary.
After an incompletion, 5 seconds left. Fellas, this is close, and it's almost Gronkowski.
I'm so tired of guys saying knock the ball down. Don't knock the ball down. There's going to be two guys waiting for it.
Yeah,
that's what we teach the offensive guys. Trail, the defenders are going to knock it down, get an opportunity to catch the ball. If you're a defender, catch the ball. Great opportunity there for the wide receivers. Just came up a little bit short.
The Giants go on to win 21-17. The shower for Tom Coughlin. And for Eli Manning in Peyton's house, it's the Lombardi Trophy. The Giants win their 4th Super Bowl, their 8th NFL championship in franchise history, the 5th team to win at least 4 Super Bowl titles. Eli's your MVP, 5th quarterback with at least 2. Only Joe Montana has more. He has 3. And Akeem Nicks, 10 catches, 109 yards. That stands out in the box score. Sports Center Express, we look at the 2007-2011 parallels for the football Giants. In 2007, the Giants lost 38-35 in a home game in December to the unbeaten Patriots. This year, they lost 38-35 to the unbeaten Packers in December. 4 years ago, Week 15, Giants lost at home 22-10 to the Redskins, who were 6-7 entering the game. This year, the Giants dropped to 7-7 when they lost at home to the Redskins. But both made the playoffs. 2007, Giants surprised the NFC top seed Cowboys in the divisional playoffs. 4 years later, Giants surprised the NFC top seed, the 15-1 Packers, in the divisional playoff. 2007, the Giants used an overtime field goal to win the NFC Championship on the road. This year, what happened? The Giants used an overtime field goal to win the NFC title on the road. In Super Bowl 42, the miracle catch from David Tyree. In Super Bowl 46, another miracle catch, this time by Mario Manningham. And in the Super Bowl, the coincidences continue. In Super 42, they upset the previously unbeaten Patriots with Eli the MVP. On Sunday, Eli does it again. All in, indeed.
New York Giants are world champions. That's what I'm proud of. That's all that matters. That's all. The only important thing is for this organization, the Giants, these guys that are on this team, the coaches, an opportunity to say we're the world champions. That's the story.
Unbelievable to take the ball and move it the way we did at the end, and then be in a position to score and win the game was just an incredible feeling. But fourth quarter wins have been the way we've done it all year long. And our theme has always been to finish, and we did that once again tonight.
It feels good, man, to win the Super Bowl my second year. We work hard to get in, and we deserve it.
You're sitting here. What does this feel like?
For the first time in a long time, I'm pretty much speechless. It's a long year.
This is unbelievable, man. Everything this team went through, everything that I went through personally, man, and look how it ends, man. You just never know what's going to happen in this life, man, and this is just unbelievable, man. There's no better way. There's no better way. There's no other way it could have ended.
We stuck with each other. We love each other, and it goes to prove American dream's still alive, man. If you work hard, you get whatever you want. I promise.
I'm blessed to have two, and you know what? Hopefully I can get more, man. It's the best feeling in the world.
Number 2, back to New York.
Back to New York with number 2, and it's a wonderful feeling.
So far, we've had New York Giants all in. New York Giants finish. What do you guys say now?
New York Giants, world champs.
This was the Giants' 4th Super Bowl win, and in all 4 of them, they trailed at halftime. The deficits weren't all that large, but each Giant squad came through in the final 30 minutes, and the Patriots in this one suffer at the expense of the G-men again.
You know, first I'd like to give the Giants a lot of credit. They certainly made the plays when they needed to. It's a very good football team. They put a lot of pressure on us, and you know, we just came up a little bit short. And I think there were some missed opportunities out there. You know, every guy in the locker room wishes, you know, he could have done maybe a little bit more, and maybe the outcome would have been a little different. But it was a very hard-fought game. You know, we fought to the end. You know, very proud of that. And like I said, we just came up a little short. We competed hard. We played well. We came up a couple of plays short. Giants are a good football team. They made a few more plays than we did. But I didn't think there was really any area of our team that didn't compete well. It wasn't competitive with them. Just we ended up a couple plays short.
Hats off to the Giants. They're a great team. They played a great game, and well's not enough. We didn't do enough to get the job done, and that's all that matters is getting the W, and it didn't happen.
It's tough. We were that close to, you know, being world champions, and it didn't happen. So it's a tough situation.
It's more than just us who we playing this game for. You know, Miss Myra, more importantly. This entire season was for her, and I feel like we didn't get the job done this year.
Wes Welker has led the league in receiving 2 of the last 3 years, led it this year with a $122. As good and reliable a slot receiver as we've seen, but in crunch time, late 4th quarter, he dropped the ball that would have given the Patriots a first down. After the game, the veteran shouldered all the blame.
You know, it's a play I never drop. I always make, and you know, most critical situation, you know, I let the team down. I think there's a lot of opportunities that you miss out on, and we definitely had ours, and you know, we didn't take advantage, and you know, I'm right up there at the top of the list.
You know, Wes went up to try to make it as he always does, and we just, you know, couldn't connect. So, you know, he's a hell of a player. You know, I keep throwing the ball to him, you know, for as long as I possibly can. He's a phenomenal player and teammate, and you know, I love that guy.
Wes Welker had a mustache before the game. In the post-game shower, he also shaved it off. Hey, the Giants had this thing about snapping Patriots winning streaks. Back in 07, they prevented the perfect season. Week 9 of this season, they snapped the Pats' win streak of 20 straight home games in the regular season. And Sunday, they snapped New England's 10-game winning streak overall. So Eli Manning becomes the 11th quarterback in history to win multiple Super Bowls. If the talk hasn't started yet, it needs to start now. Eli, Hall of Famer. And we will hear from Eli, the MVP, coming right up in SportsCenter.
We'll have that conversation soon, but I'm not even sure it is conversation. Maybe it's automatic now for Eli and Tom Coughlin. And what does this loss mean now for Tom Brady and Bill Belichick? We'll get into all of that as this Super Bowl edition of SportsCenter continues on from Indianapolis. The play of the game, there is no doubt, Manning to Manningham, with David Tyree watching, of course. And a quick question out for the faithful here in Indy. Are there any Giant fans watching the show? I believe there are. Celebrating with champagne. Patriot fans are crying in their suds right about now.
SportsCenter, brought to you by Your Number. Find it at ingyournumber.com.
Eli Manning, the youngest of the 3 Manning boys, Cooper, Peyton, and Eli. And as far as titles go, the most successful Manning in the household. In the next ESPN commercial, I bet he gets the last punch or kick to his big brother. Eli's numbers in the 2 Super Bowls, 49-74, 551, and 2 MVPs. Here's Rachel Nichols with Eli.
The symmetry of this is unbelievable, Eli. Here you are again, having to make a last-minute drive. What was it like as you stepped on the field?
You know, it's just fun, and these are the situations you like to be in, and just a great effort by our guys. And you know, from there to start the second half, they go down and score and take the lead just after, you know, right before halftime, scoring a touchdown, and we could have you know, got down right there, but we fought back, went down, scored, you know, got a couple field goals, got ourselves back in the game, and then when we needed a score there in the fourth quarter, we needed somebody to step up, make some plays. You know, Mario Manningham, Akeem Nicks, Victor, all those guys made some great plays and enabled us to get the win.
You didn't do so bad yourself. You set a record this season for fourth quarter touchdowns, but I gotta think this one, this fourth quarter has got to be your favorite. What is it about you that is just cool under pressure in the fourth quarter?
You know, I think we just the longer you play, you get in these situations, and you know, just have great confidence. Our offensive line, our receivers, you know, we know the plays we're running, we know the defense we're going to get. Guys just find a way to, you know, make plays, and it's not always perfect. Sometimes it's improv, but they just have a desire and a will that we're going to get it done, and just proud of the guys, the way we fought tonight, fought back into the game, and got the win.
I know you don't like talking about yourself, but what would you say about a quarterback that won 2 Super Bowls in 4 years?
You know, I'm just happy. I'm just very fortunate, very blessed, and you know, just happy for the Giants, the organization, all the coaches, all the players that were able to get this one, and it's very special.
Are you elite?
You know, I'll let all the reporters still argue that, and you know, one way or the other, that's not a question for me. All I know is I'm world champion tonight, and I'm excited about that.
You can certainly call yourself that. And for a team that was 7-7, how do you think that you guys got here?
You know, I think we never lost faith. We never gave up. You know, we got off to a good start. We were playing good football. We went to a tough part of the schedule. We played a lot of good teams, considering New England. And then we got to play San Francisco, New Orleans, Green Bay. Hey, you know, that's just those are great teams right there. And fortunately, you know, we got to play them again. You know, 2 of those teams later on, and you know, beat them. So it's just we just kept working, knowing, hey, we can get hot. We're a good team. We know we are. We're gonna get back winning some games when we need to. And sure enough, when the pressure was on, we played our best football.
Now you're not too old, you know. How many more of these do you think you got in you?
You know, I'm just gonna enjoy this one tonight, and you know, take a little time off and start working again to come back next year and just fight hard and get better, make improvements. And you know, I'm just gonna enjoy this one, and I'll worry about the other ones if they come up.
Congratulations, Eli.
Thanks, Rachel.
Back to you guys.
From the Department of Redundancy Department, or deja vu all over again for fans of the Giants and Patriots. Super Bowl 42, a 12-play, 83-yard drive that ended with Plaxico Burress catching a 13-yard touchdown. Sunday, 9 plays, 88 yards, culminating with Ahmad Bradshaw's 6-yard scoring run. Both drives orchestrated by Eli Manning, whose teammates love him.
My heart was beating a little fast, but that's Eli Manning. First ballot Hall of Famer, baby.
You know, he does it week in and week out, man. He's the best doing it, man. I'm proud to say that. He's the best quarterback in the game, man. He just go out and prove it week in and week out.
I really believe in Eli and his talents, and it's an honor to be on this football team with such a quarterback like that. You know, I wish him a lot of luck.
Eli Manning doesn't need any luck. You know, we've always wanted to see a little more brashness, a little cockiness out of Eli Manning, and he finally, back in August, admitted he was in that elite group. And oh, by the way, he's obviously right. He is cool and calm in the fourth quarter especially, takes care of the ball. Dare I say he's better than Tom Brady, and even maybe better than his own brother, Peyton Manning, after this performance.
I think if you look at it at some point in time with Eli Manning, the city of New York, what he's able to do at that position in that city, the receivers that he has right now, they're very young. They're going to be around for a very long time. He's going to be around playing the quarterback position for at least another 8 years of the New York Giants. Coach Coughlin will probably be around. So you would think the numbers will continue to pile up. He will probably win 1 or 2 more Super Bowls. He's definitely probably going to be a lock for the Hall of Fame train.
Oh, I think he's a definite lock. I think of greatness, and as you study great players, you sit with great players, work with great players, all you guys are kind of the same. Hard moments bring out the best in you. And I think of the fourth quarter in the football game when you're trailing. And that really defines whether you're great or not as a quarterback. Eli Manning has 2 Super Bowls. Is 19 of 28 for 270 yards, 2 touchdowns, 14 first down passes, but most importantly, 2 game-winning drives. I mean, the guy is at his best when things are the hardest. To me, that is greatness personified. I think we're looking at a future Hall of Famer. I think what Key said is beautiful about contextually the city he's in doing this and the pressure that goes along with it. I just think we're watching. We got to see it with Aaron. We got to see it with Tom. We're watching the golden era of quarterbacking, and Eli's part of that.
Listen, we can't talk about Eli without talking about the reputation in that locker room compared to what he went through. When he was drafted, there were other guys, guard dogs, we know, veteran players who they run the locker room. That being Michael Strahan, that being Tiki Barber. It's well documented what Tiki Barber said about him. Thought Eli was a joke. Said that even his voice inflection didn't have the manpower to lead a team. Also said that he thought it was comical. Now we're talking about a guy 5 years from the time he said that. 2 Super Bowl champions, all right? The greatest Manning in the Manning family. Now, they've done a great job. But this is the greatest Manning in the Manning family. We're in Indianapolis, and my goodness, is Eli. That's amazing.
How about Archie now? Archie's raised both these boys. He's done something right.
Oh, my goodness.
I give Archie the MVP every year.
When you look at Eli Manning and you look at Coach Tom Coughlin, every single year since that championship, we get into the middle of the year, and Eli Manning's thinking about another coach the next year. That's tough to play with at the quarterback position, Trent.
Right? Oh, it is.
Tough to play with.
I also think about this. This game, you know, the XO of it, the Patriots are flooding the deep stuff. Eli's having to be patient the whole game, and that's hard. I mean, it's hard when you're a playmaker to dink and dunk, and gosh, I'm going to get my opportunity. It's coming, never get your opportunity, and then to sense it on that throw to Manningham. That's cover 2. That's double coverage.
Yes.
That's a rail shot. He pins that safety inside, drops the dime down the rail. I mean, it's a great catch by Manningham, but just to pick his moment and to know that assassin quality where just stick your heel on the throat, I mean, that's a special gift now to sense that and then to pull it off.
Tell you what, these guys know better than anybody. It is hard to win football games. It's harder than hard in the postseason, and it's harder than hard and the hardest in the postseason away from home. And yet Eli Manning has done that 7 straight times, more than any other quarterback in NFL history. Still ahead on SportsCenter from Indianapolis, Mario Manningham is the latter-day David Tyree. Now, he didn't pin a football to the side of his helmet, but that catch was pretty ridiculous.
Well, the Giants are in a better state after this catch, the play of the game, one that will go down as one of the greatest catches in Super Bowl history. Manning to Manningham on the first play of the game-winning drive for 38 yards. Maybe not David Tyree, but definitely in the same neighborhood.
It was just a catch. I didn't catch it like this or, like this. It was just a catch, man. We work on that all the time, man. Just sideline catch a fade, work on our feet work all the time.
Really, they were in cover 2. Usually, that's not your matchup. They kind of had us covered pretty well to the right. I looked that way, scooted up, saw, I had the safety that cheated in a little bit, and threw it one down the sideline. Great catch by him, keeping both feet in. That's a huge play in the game right there. When you're backed up to get a 40-yard gain, get to the middle of the field.
Eli put a great ball out there, and we after I caught that, man, I kind of figured, like, we all as a team, like, oh, yeah, we about to win this, man. Like, it gave you confidence to get way down there knowing that you have, it was 3 minutes left or something like that. It gave you a lot of confidence, man, so.
It looked like you knew you got your feet in, did you know?
Yeah. I kind of figured, but I didn't know what the rest was going to do.
It was close. Yeah, it was close, but, it was a good catch.
They're both spectacular catches, and I think with Mario's tonight, the way he kept his feet in bounds and hung on to the ball going out of bounds was a remarkable thing. Of course, David's is forever etched in history. That's never going to change anything. His was incredible, and this just continues along in that fashion.
After he pinned the ball against his helmet in Super Bowl 42, that oh no he didn't catch, David Tyree never caught another pass in the NFL. After 52 catches this year in the regular and postseason, we can pretty much assume that Mario Manningham has a lot of NFL grabs still left in him. Now, look, everybody knows Jerry Rice is the greatest wide receiver ever. But number 2 on that list, right here, and probably better than anybody ever at hands and getting his feet in bounds, CC Chris Carter. How did Mario Manningham make that catch on that sideline?
Well, everything starts on his release down the field. Nothing happens at the end of the play. You have to go back to the beginning of it. They're in a cover 2. He makes a nice skinny release down the football field. Eli Manning hasn't taken a lot of chances during the football game, but if you're going to be in a 2-minute drive, and if you're going to score a touchdown, you're going to have to get a big chunk. And that's what Eli does. He gets skinny on the sideline, leaves enough space. He throws it over his outside shoulder, just ahead of Patrick Chung trying to close and make the hit. But Mario Manningham 3 yards outside the number, a regular pro sprint. Eli looks at the safety, puts the ball on his outside shoulder, but he throws the ball low enough where Patrick Chung's not able to come off of it. Manningham runs back into the field after he gets off the cover 2 key and leaves himself enough space on the sideline.
You know what? This catch, he's probably made this 60, 70 times since he was 8 years old. I know it looks very difficult, but this is what he does. I mean, this is his art. This is his craft. He practiced over and over, time and time again. The impressive part to me at the position, since I played it, and I took a lot of shots going down the field with safeties, he had the presence of mind to know that the safety's over there. I can trust my quarterback to hold it, catch the football on the outside shoulders, didn't bobble it, got both feet down, and now we're talking about him post-game.
It's a great catch, but both of you would expect to make it every time, right? And you both made some great points on the release. One of the reasons the throw is so good is because Eli's trusting the release.
The throw is better than the
catch. That's what I'm going to get to. This throw, this is how you judge quarterbacks right now. Remember you say the big pro throw is that outside, the comeback route? No, that's baloney. You hardly ever see it in the NFL anymore. The rail shot. In between the safety and the cloud corner, we call it the rail, and you have a split second, and every fan should be able to see this throw from the coach's tape when it's thrown and how the defense is reacting, because there's anticipation to it. You have to drive the ball. The ball can't fall apart at the end. If you notice this catch, this ball is speeding up at the end, which allows Manningham to beat the safety in the corner. This was an artistic play, but one that NFL players rehearse and expect themselves to make.
Key, you made the point. You said that Mario had to trust that Eli had to hold the safety. Trent, how does Eli hold the safety?
Well, watch. As he comes back on this play, his eyes are in the middle of the football field. He's sensing the backside safety. This isn't a typical thing you do unless you're trying to make an educated force down the football field, get the chunk yard. So as Eli's eyes are inside, you'll watch it right here. Look at his eyes. He's sensing that backside safety. As he spins, gets his hips around, it's already started his arm. So the decision is made as his hips start coming back inside.
Great thing Mario does here is once he clears the cover 2 safety, he gets more width back into the football field to allow Eli to drop the ball in.
Look how pretty that ball is. That's 2 yards outside the out of bounds. Anything other than that, and we see quarterbacks all the time put it 5 yards out of bounds, and we look at ourselves and say, what is he doing? That's 2 yards. That's where you want that point to be.
And that's why I say there's no defense for a perfect throw. There are just perfect defensive calls, and that was a perfect call right there. But if the throw is made perfectly and you trust your playmakers, it can't be defended, and that's what you saw on that play.
And that is the biggest highlight. That's the play that stands out, really reinforcing the point all three of you made during the highlight. The Giants receivers made plays for Eli Manning. The Patriots receivers did not do the same for Tom Brady.
Who's in a Better State is brought to you by State Farm. For auto, home, life, and banking, get to a better state.
Still to come on SportsCenter, we'll get the thoughts from a key NFL player who was not involved in the game and once an unstoppable force. What does this loss mean for Brady and Belichick?
SportsCenter Express checking out the most successful franchises in terms of overall titles. Before there was the Super Bowl, the Packers won 9 NFL titles. They've since added 4 Super Bowls for an NFL best 13 championships. The Bears, Chicago won 8 NFL championships before the creation of the Super Bowl, including 4 titles during the 1940s. Then the Bears won Super Bowl 20 under the guidance of our own Mike Ditka. And now the Giants take home their 8th NFL title overall, their 4th Super Bowl. G-Men become the first team to win a Super Bowl in 4 different decades. And in each of the Patriots' first 3 Super Bowl appearances with Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, the game was decided by exactly 3 points, all of them wins. Their last 2 appearances here, they've been close, but the Pats have lost them both to the Giants by 3 and 4 points respectively. New England has lost 4 Super Bowls overall, tied with Denver, Buffalo, and Minnesota for the most all time. Giants running back Brandon Jacobs pretty much describes how they did it in this one.
We decapitated them. They can't wear that crown no more, baby. Can't wear that crown anymore.
This is the unbeatable New England Patriots. We're dynasty killers, man. That's what we are.
What does it say about the legacy?
I don't know.
It has to be mentioned, fellas, win or lose for the Patriots. They have been playing with a heavy heart all season. The loss of Myra Kraft, the wife of the owner, Robert Kraft. That aside, for New England now, this is the 3rd straight time they've been the #1 seed in the AFC, home field throughout the playoffs, and fallen short in the Super Bowl. A credit to them. They got this far with that defense, but we've come to the point now where it appears New England can't get over the top, and certainly not over the Giants.
I think when you look at the New England Patriots, I think they have to go back again, and you say this after all the time after a loss. You have to go back and you have to evaluate yourself. This is 2 straight Super Bowls now with a dominant passing game. It was done different when they were undefeated. It was more chunks down the field. This time around, it was more Wes Welker, Gronkowski. Defense struggled. But defense wins championships. And as you can see what the New York Giants were able to do to Tom Brady, get him off the spot, harass him some, sack him, even beat him up just a little bit. And I think when you talk about Bill Belichick and the defensive minded in the Super Bowls that they won early on, or even in his Giant days, it was a defense that did it. They have to go back now and reevaluate the situation on offense.
And I don't disagree with you about the defense. They need to get better on defense, but I think this offense gets a hall pass sometimes. I think because the numbers are so amazing with the completion percentage and what they've done with the tight ends that we say, oh, this is one of the best passing games in football. In their 2 Super Bowl losses, when the ball's in the air for more than 20 yards, they're 0 for 13. 0 for 13 with the ball in the air more than 20 yards. They have no high-impact knifing plays where you steal yardage from the team. Now, is it Brady's strength? No. It's also the playmakers. They don't have those guys. But don't forget they were 0 for 8 in Super Bowl 42 when they had the great Randy Moss. So what they don't do is they don't knife you with the pass. And this offense gets a hall pass. And you look in Super Bowls when you give a team 2 weeks to look at who you are, and they say, you got to drive the ball 12, 13, 14 plays to beat us. You're not going to score as many touchdowns unless you can steal some yards with the big play.
Yeah, I think it's about playmakers on their football team. And I believe the lack of playmakers, the lack of explosion in the big game is coming back to hurt them. Where does it hurt them first? As far as the wide receivers. Anyone outside the numbers. If you look in this football game, the guys were averaging less than 10 yards per catch. It's hard to win football games that way. Defensive back. When was the last time you seen one of their defensive back make an explosive play, a big interception? That's weak. And pass rushers. You can't play in the NFL without pass rushers. So if they kind of secure those things, given that they have dominated the AFC, they can be that much better. Wes Welker, free agent. Deion Branch, free agent. Chad Ochocinco, he gonna be free. Belichick gonna set him free. He's still under contract. But they got problems with the playmaker. Their best playmakers, Hernandez, Gronk. Gronk's out. We saw lack of explosion.
Well, here's the thing. There was this aura of invincibility of the Patriots. That's long gone. At one time, Brady and Belichick together were 10-0 in the postseason, the best start ever for a coach-QB combination. But since that time, the Patriots coach and his quarterback are just 6-6 in the postseason. Hey, everybody's talking about this game, including Steeler linebacker James Harrison, former Defensive Player of the Year. Yeah, he took to Twitter telling his 217,000 followers, his first tweet was, "Told you cheaters never win, LOL. I'm sorry, I couldn't help it." He followed that with a tweet, "Wow, I didn't even trend with that. Come on, people, love or hate me more." I guess he wanted a lot of attention with that. And then this, he tweeted 0-2 post-Spygate, just saying, can't spell elite without Eli. Night, my friends. Ditto. Good night.
Don't press send.
All right, just a guess. Tom Coughlin, I'm guessing, is trending right about now. An encore performance for the coach. Don't miss a one-on-one with the oldest head coach to ever win a Super Bowl. That's coming up. And taking their medicine from the Sunshine State, how Duke was upset at Cameron Indoor. And the Heat under pressure at home. LeBron to the rescue? Question mark.
Anyway, that's the control room. A lot of chaos there, but it all looks good when it comes out in the show, actually, thanks to those people. Then over here in the digital center is our highlight screening area. So that's where we get all the games that are played that night, down in a 90-second or 2-minute clips or whatever you're going to see on SportsCenter right now. This hallway, it runs between, both rooms. If you want to get from the control room to the screening, then this is the hallway you'd take. Questions or anything? I can answer whatever you want about the place. Nothing?
Texas Basketball and Longhorn Network. Call your TV provider and tell them you need Texas Hoops.
Elsewhere in the sports world, college hoops shocker at a Cameron Indoor where Miami of Florida paid a visit to Coach K and 5th-ranked Duke. Reggie Johnson over Miles Plumlee in overtime. Johnson had 27 points and 12 rebounds. Now Miami has a 3-point lead. Seth Curry finds Mason Plumlee. Duke pulls to within 1. After 2 Miami free throws, Duke down 3 under 10 seconds left. Austin Rivers misses. Ryan Kelly's going to get the rebound. Very tough 3-look there, and he misses 2. Blue Devils have lost 2 of their last 3 at home. They have dropped multiple home games for the first time in 5 seasons. Duke missed all 6 of their free throws in overtime.
Where the fellas get paid to play. Raptors and Heat, D-Wade and company taking on the Raptors at home. First quarter, Heat down 1. D-Wade, I know we got football analysts, but CC, holla about Dwayne Wade.
Nice little shot there on the baseline.
And then, see?
Oh, that's a little layup there. You can do that yourself, bro. You ain't bring me in all the way for that.
Okay, how about Chris Bosh in the no-look?
Chris Bosh, no-look. My voice sounds like I've been coaching basketball, though.
Late in the third, Bosh crossover. Come on, bringing it. D-Wade had 25. Hey, Trent, LeBron James was all-state in high school.
It's ridiculous. Imagine what he could do at tight end.
Like this?
Oh.
4.4 40 speed. Touchdown, LeBron James. Heat going to win the Super Bowl, 95-89.
All right, we're golfing. PGA Waste Management Phoenix Open. Kyle Stanley, this guy was in tears last week in San Diego. You might recall he blew a 5-stroke lead, triple bogey 8 on the final hole, losing a playoff eventually to Brandt Snedeker. I know you guys are feeling for this guy.
Yeah, you got to throw the ball about 20 yards behind the hole on that one, then have the downhiller for the birdie.
No, you need a little dead arm shot. It takes all the spin off the ball so it doesn't suck back in the lake.
Well, this is Sunday. Stanley's shot lands in the heart of the green. He would save par, remaining at 15 under. Stanley on 18, putting for par and the win. Shoots and scores. Gives new meaning to the expression week to week as opposed to day to day. Wasn't that long ago, fellas. The football Giants were merely 7-7. Wow. In our lead story, they won the Super Bowl. The Giants become the first 7-loss team to ever win the Super Bowl.
You know, there was a time, and it wasn't too long ago, on the rare occasion that Eli Manning was in a commercial with his big brother Peyton, Eli had no speaking lines. Peyton did all the work. Well, now Eli leads Peyton in Super Bowl wins, in Super Bowl MVPs, and a whole lot of clutch performance talk. Cementing that honor in Super Bowl 46. Giants, Patriots, Eli, the little brother in his big brother's house. It's a long show, so why not check out the highlights again? Giants and Patriots for everything that means anything in football. Rob Gronkowski in the lineup despite the sprained ankle. First drive for Tom Brady and the Patriots. Brady pressured in the end zone, throws it down the middle of the field. No receiver in the area. They called him for intentional grounding, Trent.
I still don't like it. Even the second time I've seen it. CC, there could have been a receiver running a poster instead of a crossing route.
With the safety, the Giants went up 2-0, and then Eli to Victor Cruz. Giants up 9-0. 15 seconds left in the first half. Patriots down 9-3. How about big Danny Woodhead, huh?
Danny Woodhead, you're getting everything out of him, getting one-on-one out of the backfield. Brady loses the rush, moves to his left, finding an end zone.
Play capped a 14-play, 96-yard drive. New England up 10-9 at halftime. Third quarter, Brady to Aaron Hernandez.
opens it up, grabs the money, then he makes it rain.
New England up 17-9. Fourth quarter, Patriots up 17-15. Brady deep for Wes Welker. 122 catches during the regular season. Not there, though.
The problem with small receivers, 5'9", 5'10", they have a hard time adjusting when they're running full speed down the football field for a back shoulder fade. That's equipped for a taller guy.
Under 4 to go, Eli to Mario Manningham. That's just ridiculous, Keith.
No defense for a perfect throw like we've seen, but a great job by Manningham, giving him room on the boundary, looking the ball in and having that body control to get both feet in bounds.
Just over a minute to go. Second and goal. Ahmad Bradshaw is going to go up the middle. Now, the Patriots basically let him in because they want to give more time for Brady. Bradshaw looked like he wanted to not score, to take time off the clock, but he couldn't help but go into the end zone. So the Giants go for 2, can't convert. New York up 21-17. Tom Brady under pressure, beat down by Justin Tuck.
I was wondering who in this game was going to be the Michael Strahan, Justin Tuck. Answer that question for me.
4th and 16, 39 seconds ago. Brady shows why he's a Hall of Famer. Eludes the pressure, gets it to Deion Branch for the first down. 5 seconds left, last chance. Brady to the end zone. Don't knock it down, Key.
No, Tom Jackson, better tell him something different.
Catch the ball. The receivers are right there for the deflection.
It was tipped. And check out Rob Gronkowski. You wonder, if his ankle's good, does he get to that ball in time?
Stu, stop tripping. If his ankle's healthy, the game ain't that close at the end.
Oh, holla. Giants win it 21-17. Tom Coughlin gets a Gatorade shower, then meets Belichick in midfield. Manning, Eli hosts the Lombardi Trophy.
Sports Center Express taking a look at the oldies but goodies. The oldest coaches to win a Super Bowl. Weeb Eubank at age 61, the leader of the Jets when they won Super 3, and Joe Namath made his guarantee come true. The Rams held the Titans off at the 1-yard line, won Super Bowl 34, making Dick Vermeil a winner at age 63. He was the oldest to win until now. That's because Tom Coughlin, at age 65, becomes the oldest head coach to lead a team to a Super Bowl title. He and the Giants had to grind it out all championship season long.
During that 4-game stretch, you know, we played tough. We played some teams tough. It wasn't like we lost to bad teams. We lost to New Orleans. We lost to San Francisco. We lost to Green Bay. I mean, you know, it's tough to beat those teams. And, you know, we just kind of, the way the schedule went, we had them all 3 in a row. So, you know, it's just, but our guys just, you know, kept their confidence. We didn't get distracted. We didn't start, you know, complaining or making excuses. We just kept fighting through it, knowing, you know, we are good. We have talent. We'll get back hot. We can hit a hot streak, and sure enough, we did.
We just kept pounding away. We kept pounding away on those themes. Persevere till victory is ours. You got to believe. All things are possible for those that believe.
Just fitting. We want it like this again. It's been nail biters all year, and this team is just stuck together all year, and it's just fitting.
Fighting on this team all year long, persevering through the worst that a football team could go through, going 9-7, and get to this point to win a Super Bowl is special.
You saw it. Everybody witnessed it. I mean, we never gave up. We kept fighting, kept swinging, didn't care about what people said about us, and I think that was a big thing, and we stuck together as a team and got a W.
This isn't about, you know, one person. This is about a whole team coming together, getting this win. So I'm just proud of our guys, proud of the team, the way we fought all year. Never got discouraged, kept their faith, kept their confidence, and just fought to the very end.
Somebody had to win MVP, but the MVP is the collective group. You know, it's amazing what you can do when you believe.
Steve mentioned at one point this season the Giants were 7-7, but they weren't just 7-7. They were 7-7. They were down 7-3 to the Jets on their own 1-yard line, like facing extension. But a 99-yard touchdown pass here. Are you down with JPP sack there? A Victor Cruz salsa dance, mix that in. And CC, how did they make the run that they made this year?
Well, for one, they have a championship atmosphere within the facility. Their ownership is trying to win a championship, and their coach is trying to win a championship every year. But the number one reason is Jerry Reese and that roster. They got a lot of talented players on that football roster. Even though they're 7-7, 500, you could see the talent up and down that roster. If they were able to get healthy, then they're able to go on a run. The Giants are as talented as anyone, and given the playoff system that we have, you have to get right at the right time, but it doesn't matter, Key. You still have to have great players.
I think, you know, I went back and I watched the Green Bay Giant game, the first game. in the regular season, and I came back and I talked to the fellas because I was there live. And I had an opportunity to see the team, and the team didn't panic. They lost that football game, but you can sense that they felt something good was coming. And you look at the teams that they played after that. They continued to dominate those teams. They knew that the Dallas Cowboys was coming again. They said, hey, we played them before. We know how to play this type of team. The Philadelphia Eagles, whoever was in their way. Then they got the right teams in the playoffs. They were not afraid to go to Green Bay. They had did that before. When you watch the team from 07, this team is very similar. Different players in certain positions, but a very similar team with the same head coach, Trent.
Their defense started matching up with their pass rush. They started becoming better tacklers. That's when the defense started getting better. But also, their offensive line started becoming more dominant. So how do the Giants win? The Giants are physical. Their defensive front is the most physical front in the NFL. And their offensive line had been known for that, but got off to a slow start, Trent, and then they finally got it rolling there at the end.
They're physical and they're mentally tough. And I think that's from their head coach, Tom Coughlin. And I think of Tom Coughlin and the mentality he brings to this team, the perspective he brings to this team, and his ability to evolve as a coach. And I think players resonate with that. And I go back to when Kurt Warner was playing there, and Tom Coughlin asked Kurt Warner, I want you to write down all the things I should change in my coaching style. I mean, this is a man that's been very successful at every level he's ever coached at for a long period of time, yet he's willing to evolve, he's willing to grow, he's willing to resonate with a different type of football player. I think that's why their teams get better at the end.
Good. I think it's very, very important that in pro football that the coaches, the Tom Coughlin, the Bill Parcells, the Belichicks, that they continue to win. The reason why? Because it sets an example for pro football players. There's only one way you can prepare a football team. And I'm glad that these types of coaches are winning compared to some other coaches who think they can trick it up and walk and talk their way to a Super Bowl. This is the way you do it. Look at the teams that have won championships. Look at the structure of the coach and the mentality of the coach. It seems to be very, very similar, guys.
And along those lines, we don't often hear in the NFL about preaching patience, right? This is not a patient league. No. But for other teams out there who are thinking about firing their coach, as the Giants were with Tom Coughlin, maybe a little patience. Look what patience paid off. He goes from potentially being fired to maybe a contract extension. We know this. Tom Coughlin goes 65 years, 158 days old exactly. The oldest head coach to win a Super Bowl now. He's well aware of his age, but he also knows what time it is. It's time for the Sunday Conversation with Chris Berman.
Okay, Tom Coughlin, first of all.
Thank you.
Very well respected by everybody. Congratulations,
Tom.
Tom.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it, Chris.
It says, okay, the oldest coach to win a Super Bowl at 65. I think you're the youngest coach
I'm the youngest
right now.
tonight. I really am. Yeah, the last 5 or 6, maybe 8 weeks, I've been the youngest.
What is it about this team that just click? And I mean, and he never turned back from the second to last game of the regular season. But when the chips are down the most, you guys are the toughest.
Well, all things are possible for those who believe, and these guys believed, and they came together, and they trusted each other and believed in one another. When our defense started playing well, it gave us all confidence, and, you know, the rest is history. I mean, the defense started shutting people down, and we were able to play a little bit of giant football. We kind of cut back on any kind of turnovers and did a good job with all of those things. But this has been a very, very remarkable run here, and a great credit to the coaches and to the players for the way in which they stuck together when there weren't very many people. I always tell them, you know, 6, 7 weeks ago, there wasn't even a bus. This last couple of weeks, there are absolutely no seats, but it shows you how our game goes, you know.
Mental toughness. I always talk about it. I always say it's a, you know, knowing you, that it's a reflection of you.
Yeah.
They score at the end of the first half. They score at the beginning of the second half.
Right.
And, you know, we could go through the whole 9 and 7 stuff. What did you tell them? What do you tell them at that moment?
But what I really told them was, we're better than this. We're better than this game, the way we played in the first half, and we need to go out there with the kind of energy that we've played with the last few weeks, and realize that there's only 30 minutes left in this game, and it's going to decide who the world champions is. And if we're not hungrier than that other team, and willing to demonstrate greater purpose, then we're not going to be there at the end. So those were the kind of things we talked about.
Did you know that they were going to let you into the end zone at the end of the game? Because it looked as if Bradshaw tried to go down just before he went in.
I think he did, and I really didn't get a chance to talk to him about it. We knew they were going to use their timeouts. And on that play, when the ball was snapped, you could see that they were going to let him in. The only thing I'll tell you is, and I, after that happened, I've got that in the back of my mind. I got to carry that one around on my back. Hopefully that's not going to come back to haunt me. But, there's two ways of looking at this thing. You're up 4. They can't beat you with a field goal. And if you play it out right to the very end, okay, now we're going to have this one play to win the Super Bowl, and it's a field goal. I don't care what the distance is. The poor Baltimore kicker from the week before, there's no guarantees about that either. So I will say this, it's a situation that every time it comes up, you grab it and look at it. But for us tonight, it was, should we score or should we? Let's score.
Well, I don't know. I think there are a lot of Giant fans that certainly are a lot of football fans, Coach.
Yeah,
that are
really, I mean, it's
congratulations.
Thank you very much.
2 championships
guys.
and counting.
It's a wonderful thing. Thank you very much. Thanks, Steve.
Super Bowl champion Tom
thanks.
Coughlin for the second time.
Forever linked with Eli Manning, who becomes the 5th player, all of them quarterbacks, with multiple Super Bowl MVP awards. Montana, Bradshaw, and Starr, all in the Hall of Fame. Tom Brady's a shoo-in. Now Eli is in pretty good company and expected to be on his way to Canton as well.
Still ahead on SportsCenter, Rick Riley on why we should see this matchup in the Super Bowl every year.
Some 2.5 months away from our first Yankees-Red Sox game that matters. Some Boston and New York teams playing some other sports. Grizzlies at the Celtics. Paul Pierce for 3 there. He had 21. And then Kevin Garnett finished with 24. Celtics a winner, 98-80. What about the Bruins playing against the Capitals? Milan Lucic and Brad Marchand scoring their 19th goals of the season. Tyler Seguin his 20th. Tim Thomas at 35 saves. The Bees win 4-1. Flyers at Rangers. Rangers own the Flyers. Marion Gaborik scored in the second, his 26th. Henrik Lundqvist, 21 saves. Other sporting events played beyond the Super Bowl.
Oh my goodness! The law of the jam! And a rainbow! Holy cow! Northern Ireland sets the great Blue Jays! The game is over. Wyoming has won it.
That could be it for a rivalry that stretches back more than 100 years.
Tempers flaring. Love just stepped on Scola's face. That is a dirty play.
The trophy that bears the name of the coach who won the first 2 Super Bowls, the Lombardi Trophy. The Giants franchise holds it up for the 4th time, the 5th team to put 4 in the trophy case. Here's Rick Riley with his interpretation of a long season and a new champion.
There's talk every year of naming a permanent Super Bowl site. New Orleans, Miami, San Diego. But what if we named a permanent Super Bowl game? Giants versus Patriots. Why not? These 2 teams play games that are so good, they should hang in the Louvre. The problem is no matter how many times they play, you know how they're going to end. You without your breath and the Patriots without the Lombardi Trophy. The Patriots are sort of the Washington Generals to the Giants Globetrotters, the Charlie Brown to their Lucy. When the Patriots get around Giants, they suddenly become everything they almost never are. Butterfingered, scatterbrained, as ragged as their coach's game attire. The Giants, meanwhile, become unbeatable. The little brother quarterback becomes the cowlick killer, the aw shucks assassin. And now Eli Manning has twice as many rings as Big Brother. The Patriots suffer in these games. The Giants dance. And what kind of Super Bowl party would it be without salsa? And Victor Cruz isn't the only one who knows how to get fancy with his feet. Mario Manningham does a very good little 2-step. So many things go right for the Giants against the Patriots that they score touchdowns even when they don't want to. They say when you set out to seek revenge, dig a grave for yourself just in case. The Patriots will get no revenge. Instead, they'll be buried here in Indianapolis in the home of Peyton Manning, where his little brother made his 8th winning fourth-quarter comeback drive of the season and got rewarded with one more beautiful drive for his troubles.
Well, some of us here on the set are old enough to remember newspapers. Still love the feeling of ink in your hands. And the New York Post on Monday reads simply, "Super," the headline there. What are they saying in New England? The Boston Globe, looks like the front page right there. History repeats with Tom Brady walking off the field. Also from the Boston Globe, so simply, New York, New York. So nice, they named it twice. I added that last part myself. Still to come on this Sports Center, we'll go around the horn, get final thoughts from the fellas on this one. And I know what Key's gonna say, and you're going to want to hear that. And coverage continues of Super Bowl 46 from whatever perspective you want it to be. ESPNNewYork.com and ESPNBoston.com. Feel free to go ahead and check them both out.
Winning is not a sometime thing, it's an all-the-time thing. Winning is a habit. You gotta play with your heart, with every ounce of fiber in your body. It is and always has been an American seal, and that's to be first, regardless of what we do. There's no room for second place, there's only one place, and that's first place. I've never known a man worth the salt who deep down in his heart didn't appreciate the grind, the discipline. But I firmly hold that a man's finest hour is that moment when he has worked his heart out in a good play and lays exhausted on the field of battle, victorious.
Championship Moments is brought to you by Edible Arrangements. Find your new Valentine's Day wingman at ediblearrangements.com.
We just got this quote from Archie Manning, who we spoke about earlier in the show, is maybe the MVP.
Yes.
You know, every single year that his sons have been in the league. He said, quote, he might have said earlier in the year that he belonged with the elite quarterbacks of Eli. He will not be saying that he belongs in the Hall of Fame. That from Archie Manning about his son Eli.
You know, the Super Bowl is not just about the score, it's about the people and the emotions. Giants linebacker and cancer survivor Mark Herzlich, not active for the Super Bowl. He does get a Super Bowl ring. And Giants defensive end Jason Pierre-Paul only played 1 year of Division I college football, son of Haitian immigrants. His father is legally blind. Sunday night Super Bowl, the first time his dad had ever been in the stadium when his son played football.
Final, but Eli Manning. 2 Super Bowls in 4 years. Done getting better than that.
I think of Ernie or Corsi, the old GM, junior evaluation of Eli Manning. I got to read this. He says, he has courage and poise. In my opinion, he has that quality you can't define. Call it magic. If he comes out early, we should trade up to get him. These guys are rare. My final thought, Eli Manning, rare.
And my final thought will be just about Coach Bill Belichick. Where does he go from here? You know, you think about the great coaches and their careers. He's been doing it for a very long time. Will he decide to call it quits and say, you know what, I don't want to do it anymore. I'm going to look to do something else. 2 straight Super Bowl defeats. It's tough to come back from, Steve.
My final thought is, you know, fellas, one of these days, the home team's going to win the Super Bowl. Next year, New Orleans. 2 years from now, New York.
Yeah, which New York team? Giants, Jets?
Got twice the options there, right?
Can you imagine maybe Peyton Manning, Jets?
Oh, you think that's going to be discussed?
We've already moved on.
Tonight is all about New York here in Indianapolis. What a great job this city, Indy, did in hosting this event. This is a city that, of course, has hosted its share of big events, all those Indy 500s, Final Fours, but they've shown they can host a Super Bowl with the best of them. From everyone here at ESPN, thank you for the hospitality. And as you've been telling us, have a super night and a super day.
Our Super Bowl coverage continues right now on SportsCenter. Robert Flores, Steve Berthiaume taking you all the way to the top of the hour, and NFL primetime coming your way. Super Bowl 46 was a Super Bowl rematch. In a lot of ways, it was a Super Bowl rerun.
So many times. We heard Rick Riley talk about Patriots-Giants 4 years ago. What a game that was. This game was right there with it. A great finish, two great teams. Here's a look now at Super Bowl 46. And the key for New England, Rob Gronkowski, their tight end, sprained left ankle. Would he be able to go? How much of a factor would he be? Brady's, of course, top target usually being Wes Welker through the course of the year. First drive, Brady, he's in his own end zone, goes middle of the field. There's nobody there. That's intentional grounding, and when you do that in the end zone, it's a safety. So the Giants are up 2-0. Later in the quarter, Eli Manning, Victor Cruz. Eli, first quarterback in Super Bowl history to open the game 9 for 9. But down 9-3, Brady answers. It's a 14-play, 96-yard drive. Finds Danny Woodhead. Brady 10 for 10 on the drive. And New England comes back to lead 10-9 at halftime after it seemed like the Giants dominated the first half. Then Brady goes 5 for 5 in their opening drive. Second half, Aaron Hernandez. 17-9 pass. Brady set a Super Bowl record, 16 straight completions at one stretch. 17-15 here in the fourth. Brady, this may have been the play that changed the game. He's got Wes Welker. And with 4:01 left, 4 minutes, Welker can't quite hang on. If he catches this, it likely changes the game considerably. Instead, the Patriots have to punt. Under 4 minutes left now. Manning, and this was the play that did change the game. Mario Manningham, what a throw to midfield. Keeps both feet in, a 38-yard completion. Big first down for Eli Manning, who was 30 of 40, 296 yards. The feet are in. What a throw and what a catch. Manning to Manningham. But now they have to convert. Giants moving the ball. Just over a minute to go here. Ahmad Bradshaw goes in untouched. Should I score? Well, okay. New York up 21-17. And now Brady, like Eli 4 years ago, will get the chance to lead the game-winning drive in the final minute. Sacked by Justin Tuck on third down. So here we go. 4th and 16, 39 seconds left. They have no timeouts. Brady does a nice job avoiding the rush. He's got Deion Branch, 19 yards and a first down. Brady finished 27 of 41, 276. 5 seconds left. Rob Gronkowski is in the end zone. Would we have a Flutie to Phelan finish? Gronkowski on that bum ankle can't quite get there, and the New York Giants win their 4th Super Bowl. Tom Coughlin, 65 years old, is the oldest coach ever to win a Super Bowl. Gronkowski missed a miracle finish by that much. 21-17 is the final score. Eli, the MVP. Here he is.
You know, I think it's just obviously you got two good teams playing this game. Obviously, to get to this point, well coached. You know, and it's just tough. It's tough out there on both sides. And you know, offensively we moved the ball well, but it was tough to get in the end zone. Tough to score touchdowns. And you know, but it was just great toughness, great faith by our guys, just believing, and some big-time plays by a number of guys. You know, just we spread the ball around, taking what they gave us, getting the ball out quickly, and a number of guys played big time today. Yeah, it's just you know, really they were in cover 2. Usually that's not your matchup. They kind of had us covered pretty well to the right. I looked that way, you know, scooted up, saw, you know, I had the safety that cheated in a little bit, and you know, threw it one down the sideline. Great catch by him, keeping both feet in. That's a huge play in the game right there when you're backed up to, you know, get a 40-yard gain, get to the, you know, middle of the field. That way now we can pace ourselves a little bit, run the ball a little bit, and a big time play right there.
You had 2 championships, 2 MVPs. What does this mean?
You know, I'm excited to win a championship. Excited for my teammates. We have a number of guys. This is their first one. Obviously, some other ones who are getting their second and more. But just excited for them. Excited for Coach Coughlin, all the coaches, the Giants organization. This is, you know, this isn't about, you know, one person. This is about a whole team coming together, getting this win. So I'm just proud of our guys. Proud of the team, the way we fought all year, never got discouraged, kept their faith, kept their confidence, and just fought to the very end. We've had a bunch of them this year. We've had some fourth quarter comebacks, and you know, our guys, just the whole second half. you know, when they right before half, New England drives down, gets a touchdown. First possession of the second half, they drive, get a touchdown. You know, that could have sucked the momentum right out of us, but we responded. We went back, we drove down there, got a field goal. Again, got another field goal, got a turnover by our guys. You know, we were very close. We had, obviously had some penalties that cost us, some very close third downs where we're just, they did a good job knocking the ball out. But offensively, I thought we played very well, played smart, and there at the end when we had an opportunity in the fourth quarter, we've been in those situations where we knew we had to, no more time left. We had to go down and score, and the guys stepped up, made some great plays. Yeah, it is tough. It is tough. I knew there wasn't much time, and with these guys, with New England, they're never out of it. Tom Brady's a tremendous quarterback, and they did a great job converting on a 4th and 16. They did, all of a sudden they throw one in the end zone. It's up there. That's nerve-wracking. Obviously, we've completed a Hail Mary this year. I was hoping it wasn't going to be another one wouldn't be completed tonight for them, but great job by our defense, stepping up, getting a sack, doing some great things. Just all the fans, all the New York Giants fans, just, thank you. Thank you for your support all year long. Thank you to the guys and, people that came to Indianapolis. We appreciate that. We had a great crowd tonight. They were loud. Obviously, majority Giants fans, it seemed like tonight. But we have, greatest fans in the world. I know they'll be celebrating for us back in New York City tonight, and, we'll be celebrating on Tuesday with you.
Eli, the question that was asked at the beginning of the year, you answered, there's so much controversy. What do you think tonight says? What's the answer tonight? That's a question it's not meant for the quarterback to answer. That's a question meant for reporters and media, and y'all can debate that all you want. I'm just know we're world champions tonight, and that's what I'm most proud of. Yeah, I thought we had a good plan, and they were challenging us to run. They were going to keep 2 safeties back, and for a lot of the time, and we ran the ball effectively. We had some good stuff, throwing the ball in the flats, taking short stuff, taking what they gave us. Second half, they had a whole new plan. Went to their 3-4, brought some more pressure. Guys, I thought we responded well. Coach Gilbride, adjusted well, called a great game, and guys just made some great plays out there.
Well, the Giants trending all over Twitter, as was Super Bowl 46 all night, and it's crossing all sports. This from Danica Patrick. Great game. Love it when it comes down to the last play. Way to go, Tom, Eli, and the rest of the Giants team. From PGA golfer Luke Donald. Eli's going to Disney. Nice. Love that place. And this biting tweet from Steelers linebacker James Harrison. Told you cheaters never win. LOL, I'm sorry, I couldn't help it. He's, of course, referring to the Patriots' recent Spygate scandal several seasons ago. Here's Patriots quarterback Tom Brady after the loss.
First, I'd like to give the Giants a lot of credit. They certainly made the plays when they needed to. It's a very good football team. They put a lot of pressure on us, and we just came up a little bit short. And I think there were some missed opportunities out there. And every guy in the locker room wishes, he could have done maybe a little bit more, and maybe the outcome would have been a little different. But it was a very hard-fought game. We fought to the end. We're very proud of that. And like I said, we just came up a little short.
Do you think with a minute to go and would you have one timeout left, did you think that was enough to get down the field?
Yeah, we tried. We just, we got to the 50 and kind of ran out of time, and, threw a Hail Mary at the end. I wasn't sure how close we were to getting it, but, obviously, I wish we could have maybe a little bit more.
Tom, can you talk about the West play there in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, West was running down the field, and, it looks like they messed the coverage up a little bit and threw it to him, and, West went up to try to make it, as he always does, and we just, couldn't connect. So, he's a hell of a player. I keep throwing the ball to him, for as long as I possibly can. He's a phenomenal player and teammate, and, I love that guy.
Other than the fact that you lost to the Giants, do you see any similarities to 4 years ago? Making plays?
Well, we just didn't make enough plays. First quarter we didn't have the ball a ton. Second quarter was a little bit better. Third quarter we started well, and they came down to the fourth quarter, and they made some plays there at the end, which certainly allowed them to win the game. We just didn't make the plays.
Tom, can you talk about the safety? Did you think it was you were throwing it away?
I don't know. Yeah, it's a referee's judgment call. I was looking down the middle of the field, and Tuck, I think, was coming to get me, and I tried to get rid of it. And, the refs made the call.
Tom, what are the few?
I think everybody was just disappointed. It's, this is not a, you win as a team and you lose as a team, and certainly it wasn't one play as a reason why we lost today. So, everybody feels like we could have done more. And, I said after the game, I'll keep coming to this game and keep trying. I'd rather come to this game and lose and not get here. So, hopefully we'll be back at some point. We had a great year. We just didn't make enough plays today.
When they got the ball with 4 minutes to go, did you think, uh-oh, we'll do this again, and here we go again, and hope they give me enough time at the end?
Well, they made the first play that they made on our sideline was a phenomenal throw and catch, and that got them going, and they got a very good offense, and certainly Eli's had a great season, and he made some really great throws there in the fourth quarter, and they deserve to win. They did a better job than we did.
Tom, it looked like you guys had kind of figured things out at the end of the first half, and the first half of the fourth quarter. Did they make adjustments after that, or kind of went along after the first drive?
Yeah, we scored. We got the ball the second time and didn't do much with it. And then the next drive we had was the fourth quarter, where we had a few opportunities in the fourth quarter and didn't really take advantage of them.
Tom, how much of it were you scrambling to win?
They made a few more plays than we did. They've done a good job of that all season. And like I said, I wish, we all wish we could have done a little bit more. But, our team fought really hard. Our defense, really held certain points today. They knocked some balls out. And I wish we'd have got one of those, but, the ball really didn't bounce our way either. So, they played a good game.
Tom, how much of the
Yeah, that's what it comes down to in football. It's, one play. Certainly, you look at our game 4 years ago, it was, a miracle play that they make, and today we had a chance to make one of those and didn't come up with it. So it always comes down to 1 or 2 plays in this game, and if you make it, you're celebrating. If you don't, you don't sleep for a week. So.
All right, so the loss now snaps New England's 10-game winning streak. Their last loss, by the way, Week 9 against the Giants. They've lost 4 Super Bowls, and the NFC has now won 3 Super Bowls in a row. Gets back to the old days when we saw the NFC have that big run.
They had won 13 in a row. Also, Tom Coughlin becoming the oldest coach to win a Super Bowl, as he enjoys his 2nd Super Bowl title as head coach.